Joining us now is Captain Steve Saltzman with the Columbus Bomb Squad here. Give us a better insight on what we're dealing with here. You know, this kind of happened unexpected, as any terrorist would want this to be, but the impact of this, I mean, it seemed pretty typical of what we might see.
Yeah, as you look at the local impact, I mean, I have to say I was stunned when I saw it. But when you look at that kind of situation, you know, the first responders, how they responded, all the events afterwards, it's what we would expect, no matter where it happens, something like that. In terms of the continuing incidents and what happened later in Boston.
Captain Saltzman, you know, you have said that we have one of the most elite bomb squads in all of the country. Are we prepared? We're prepared to respond, but are we prepared to prevent? That's the big question people want to know. Yeah,
that's one of the big changes in our mission, probably since 9/11. Yeah, we are prepared to respond, and that's part of the planning process and what we do. But the prevention is probably one of the most important missions we do now, is to get out there ahead of large events or special events and look for things just like yesterday. Look for the bombs that might be there, other situations, to be able to stop it before it happens.
Yeah.
You know, you guys were on the campus of OSU last week from an internet threat. You know, and here we have something that's real. You know, do you approach these locally kind of the same way? Is it all about prevention, obviously?
I think it is all about prevention. The other is our attitude. First of all, we're very lucky. As you saw last week at Ohio State, we had a large team, a number of agencies, not just our bomb squad, but we are supported by, you know, 6 or 7 agencies with explosive detection canines to support us on missions just like that. But the issue is to come together and get out there. But we look at every incident as it is real. You know, as we're looking at the prevention, you have to assume that threat is real and do our due diligence to stop that incident from happening.
So how will this now change what you guys do out there? Because obviously we have a lot of big races coming up, the Cap City Half Marathon, the Coleman race, and then even football games and thousands of people. So now what are you guys doing to possibly change how you will prevent this?
I'm not sure what impact it'll have on our actual response. Clearly we'll sit down, we're sitting down for Red, White, and Boom next week anyway, but we'll look at all of our special events. Is what we're doing adequate? Is there anything we could do differently? What do we have to do to prevent something like this from happening? So we'll definitely look at that, collaborate with all our partners and say, you know, what is it we have to change?
Yeah, you know, one final one, if I may, Stephen, and we're real quick here to wrap up. Is this going to spark copycats? Are we going to see calls coming in?
I'm not sure about copycats in terms of real. One of the issues that often happens like this, just like we saw yesterday, was you know, we are asking people to be more alert, identify things might be suspicious. So we are preparing for a potential increase of runs because of people calling in unattended bags, suspicious circumstances, things like that. So, and that's what we're preparing for locally here, is to, if there would be an increase of call, make sure we can handle that appropriately.
Well, Steve, something you have said that's always stuck with me, it's not a matter of if, but when it will happen here.
That's right. Yeah, it's all about what are we going to do when it happens.
Thank you for joining us this morning. We appreciate it.
Great insight, Steve. Thanks.